Oxlade-Chamberlain's unfortunate Liverpool career, from silverware to sidelines. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain is in line to face former side Arsenal when Liverpool welcome them to Anfield on Saturday, but he's only likely to get the chance to do so by default. After suffering an injury crisis in defense last year, Jurgen Klopp has seen his midfield decimated this term. And that means Oxlade-Chamberlain should get the nod to try and impress against the side he departed back in 2017. But it's beginning to feel like the Southampton Academy graduate is at a crossroads moment in his career right now, as speculation over a potential exit persists, with a return to Arsenal recently mooted. The 28-year-old has endured a rollercoaster career on Merseyside since arriving in a £35 million deal. He's won both the Premier League and the Champions League under Klopp, but has he been a success? It almost feels harsh to question a player who has almost won everything there is to win at club level. And after overcoming some initial struggles, Oxlade-Chamberlain became a key figure in the back half of his debut season for the Reds before injury struck. He notched key goals in both the Premier League and Europe before he suffered a cruciate ligament injury during a Champions League clash with AS Roma. That injury seemed to destabilize him just at the exact moment he'd found his groove, which is cruel in itself. Have your say. Do you think Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain has been a success at Liverpool ahead of a potential exit this summer? Comment below. But despite going on to win a plethora of trophies at Anfield, it almost feels as though the powerful midfielder is still trying to recover from that setback in terms of cementing a first-team place. He's played more than a host of established names in midfield this season and has started in each of Liverpool's last 4 games, yet it still feels as though he's a placeholder. That he's just filling in. That's almost a crime when you consider how pivotal he was when Klopp's side surged to the Premier League title in 2020. Although he was injured for pretty much the entirety of the Reds' Champions League winning campaign, Oxlade-Chamberlain was virtually an ever-present when Liverpool finally ended their 30-year league drought the following year. In fact, only Liverpool's deadly attacking trio of Mohamed Salah, Sadio Mane and Roberto Firmino managed to net more than Oxlade-Chamberlain's 8 strikes that season, summing up just how key he was in that title-winning season. The problem is, he's not really contributed much since then. Oxlade-Chamberlain has started just 53 times during his 4.5-year spell at the club. Injuries have played their part, but that low number can't just purely be attributed to that. He's had niggles since that serious injury, but he's since become a player that's almost unfairly associated with a constant myriad of injuries. But even without these fitness worries, he's struggled to convince. Oxlade-Chamberlain's consistent inconsistency has hampered him since what should have been his breakout campaign. He enjoyed his first uninterrupted pre-season in years ahead of the new Premier League season, but he's still struggled to make an impression when the opportunity was there to do so. After Liverpool failed to replace Gini Wijnaldum in the summer, it felt like the perfect opportunity for Oxlade-Chamberlain to grasp the mantle and step up as his replacement. Again, that hasn't quite materialized. His ability to break the lines and drive forward with the ball are the attributes that set him apart from others in the midfield ranks. And despite there being a vacancy for that type of player in Klopp's engine room, Oxlade-Chamberlain is looking more and more like the odd man out for Liverpool. Given his contract runs until 2023, next summer realistically represents Liverpool's last chance to recoup some of the substantial fee they parted with back in 2017. Reading between the lines, that looks like the most likely outcome. If that comes to pass, then it'll be difficult to sum up his time at Anfield. Someone who's won a Premier League title, the Champions League, the UEFA Super Cup and the FIFA Club World Cup